Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. If you're new, my name is Elsa and I make lots of content relating to bullet journaling, fitness, lifestyle, cooking, and productivity. We only have positive vibes on this channel, so I hope you'll subscribe so you can be part of this uplifting community. So grab a snack or drink and let's get started. For this bullet journaling video, I decided it would be fun to change things up a little bit and have like a conversation with you guys as I journal. So I'll be explaining some of the things that I do, but I will also just be talking to you as if you were just sitting right here with me. If you need a friend right now, I'm totally here for you. I literally cannot believe it's already September. I know I say that anytime a new month begins, but it's so true. The school year is starting for most, and the chaos is already underway. Despite the seemingly stressful season, remember that there are new opportunities and exciting events afoot. There are lots of positive aspects of this time that we can discover. We just have to look a little deeper. And here I'm just setting up my first page of September. It just says, "Hey September," and this is kind of like the welcome page that is just the beginning or the front page of the entire season of September. And then here I'm just highlighting with this little Uniball white gel pen just to make it look a little more 3D. And here I have some really fun pictures that I printed out. I decided that I would go for like a bakery slash matcha style for this month as like my theme. So I printed out lots of fun matcha desserts, drinks, baked goods, and it was so fun to kind of choose the pictures. And oh my goodness, I wish I could eat that like cake roll right now. It looked so good. So whenever a new school year begins, I'm always excited because it's a fresh start. Another chance to stay on top of schoolwork and get ahead. Another opportunity to make new friends, and another chance to have a meaningful impact on others around us. The trick is to stick with that attitude the entire year, not just the first months of school. And that's the difficult part. Motivation doesn't always stick with us through the hard times, but discipline will. So I'm trying to be more diligent with my daily tasks. Also, I know that at the end of the day, I will feel super accomplished if I stick to my agenda. This actually gives us all more self-confidence because we realize that we can complete anything we set our minds to. And that is a confidence booster worth celebrating. Every time I finish something I say that I'll do, I immediately feel a sense of satisfaction and happiness. So here I'm just adding this circular post-it note. I think these are really fun to add to your spreads, just to add different shapes and everything. I got this in my stationery back to school haul, which was my last video. So I will leave that in the cards and in the description so that you can check it out if you're interested. So amidst the chaos of the world and the stressfulness of the back to school season, I definitely find peace and calmness in bullet journaling. If you're stressed, I highly recommend journaling of any kind. Just starting with writing a few sentences about your day can have a positive effect on your mental health. I was so surprised how much journaling changed my life. I just started journaling as a way to collect and record fun events like birthdays and holidays, but soon enough I was journaling every day. Looking back, I'm so grateful that I invested time and energy into journaling. I read back over my old entries and laugh at my thinking back then. It really does bring me so much joy to look back at my younger self in that way. Of course, there were also embarrassing moments where I couldn't believe I wrote that down, but it's all good. In addition to regular journaling, about 2 years ago, I decided to get into bullet journaling. Just remember that everything I'm doing here is completely optional. There are so many ways to journal, so don't let what I'm doing here limit your creativity. The amazing thing about any form of art is that there's no right and no wrong way to do something. I think that's the most calming thing about journaling. There's seriously no pressure, which makes it great for relieving stress. Here I'm just setting up the calendar for September, and it is so much easier to do this with a gridded or dotted notebook. I had a blank Midori and my lines for all the calendars I made were almost always crooked. So having a dot or gridded notebook is super helpful for ensuring that your lines will be straight, because you just follow the lines with a ruler and it makes things a lot easier. Anyway, going back to the topic of school, we have already begun classes, but I'm curious about you guys. Let me know in the comments below what your school year is looking like this fall. I'm super interested to know. And just know that I read every single comment, and I'm so grateful to all of you who take the time out of your day to comment and watch my videos. It is the sweetest thing ever. Because this month is sort of dedicated to back to school, I thought it would be fun to set some intentions for this new school year. Some of my intentions include number 1, staying on top of my schoolwork, and number 2, taking time to enjoy life. For staying on top of schoolwork, it's easier said than done. When it comes down to it, at the end of a long, tiring day at school, who really wants to sit down and do hours of homework? If you do enjoy that, more power to you. But in my case, motivation isn't always enough for me. What does help me is keeping the end goal in mind. This includes things like grades, graduating, going to college, and eventually getting a job. These thoughts help me to remember that everything I do now is going to help me later on in life. So I might as well learn something the correct way and really understand it, instead of just guessing and hoping for the best on that test. I know that for myself, when I learn something very deeply, I begin to appreciate that subject more and more. So basically, thinking about how I want my future to look helps me get through those days when I'm really unmotivated. My second intention is taking time to enjoy life. For me, this is my final year of high school, so I am trying to savor every last moment. There will be a lot of lasts for me this year. My last high school orchestra audition, my last high school orchestra concert, last high school orchestra concerto competition, my last get-together with friends, etc. My point is, cherishing these moments really helps me to appreciate my life. This doesn't just apply to us seniors. You can even think about this on a smaller scale. If today were your only day you had left, what would you do? Would you make time to call that person you've been thinking about for the last month? Would you tell somebody about Jesus today? Would you mend a broken relationship that has been on your mind? Would you be a little kinder to everyone you meet? Whatever it is for you, make sure that you live each day as if it were your last. And this isn't to say just eat as much junk food as you want or party all night. It's just to say that thinking this way helps me to live a more balanced and fulfilled life. It helps me reassess my true values and helps me make those my priority. But going back to the bullet journaling, I really like the matcha theme for this month. I'm very into matcha desserts, and just the green color I think is so beautiful. If you've seen my Pinterest account, you would know that I have a board dedicated to matcha desserts. So if you're into that as well and you'd like to follow me there, feel free to do that. I'll leave my info in the description so you can follow me if you would like to. But a lot of these pictures came from Pinterest, and I got a lot of inspiration from Pinterest. I find that by setting up my bullet journal ahead of time, I'm really set up very well for the next month. I don't have to worry about not having it set up or not having it decorated the way I want. So I just really love adding stickers and washi tape and anything to just add some more pops of color. It's really interesting how having my bullet journal set up in a way that I like really impacts the way I want to work, and it impacts my productivity. So I really highly encourage you that if you can't bullet journal like every day or something, just do it all at once and just get your month set up. That way you don't have to worry about it. Of course, this is just for me because I'm a very busy student. I just don't have time to bullet journal, but if you really enjoy doing it every day, of course, do it every day. If I had time, I would probably do it every day, but because I have schoolwork and extracurricular activities, I really can't set any more time aside. So I just do it for the whole month. That way I can write in my school assignments, and then I can feel like I can make my lists here, and I can feel like I have somewhat of an idea of what's going on. And as you might have already noticed, throughout my spreads I like to write little reminders or little quotes, and this just helps me to remember the important things that I sometimes forget about when I'm really stressed. Things like being positive and things like not worrying, and just having that in the back of my mind is very important, and we can easily lose sight of that when we're really wrapped up in what we're doing. So also writing quotes is a great way to help yourself either stay motivated or just give yourself some, comfort knowing that it's going to be okay. And here I'm just adding this giant sticker. It's like a washi sticker, and it came as a pack of 2 little boxes, and I love all the designs. I purchased it from Amazon. I'm not sure if they sell it anymore, but I would say that it was very fun to get, and there are lots of designs, and it really makes my spreads unique. So here is an example of me writing some reminders for myself. They're all positive things, like it's okay to have a bad day, it's okay to make mistakes, you're gonna get through this, small progress is still progress, things like that that are very motivational, and they help you get through times where you're, maybe not so sure about what you're doing. It just helps me reaffirm some of the things that I know are true. I just need to hear them from someone else, and sometimes you don't hear it from someone else. So if you have written it on your page, that is kind of like hearing from someone else. It's like hearing from your past self. It's like, hey, future self, remember these things. And it will really help you, I think. It's definitely helped me for sure. Oh my goodness, while I'm editing this video, looking back at these beautiful pictures of like tea sandwiches and matcha waffles is definitely making me hungry. I'm curious to know if any of you have ever baked any of these things, because I've seen videos of how to make it, lots of, Japanese videos, Korean videos showing how to make all these yummy, delicious treats, and I think it would be so fun to make, but sadly I can't eat any of them because I can't have gluten or really any type of grain. It just gives me really bad aches in my stomach, and we're not really sure what it is, but I just put these in my journal because I think they're beautiful, even if I could never eat it myself. And this page is dedicated to YouTube ideas. I do have like kind of a brainstorm page set aside usually every month, and this will just be a place where I can write down any ideas that pop in my head, any video ideas, and I'm very interested to know if you guys have any. So again, don't hesitate to leave any ideas you have for content down below. I would be super interested to know, and maybe it will go into my notebook. You never know. And another trick for adding more variety to your bullet journal is also adding pictures, but adding them more stacked on each other or layered. And I really love like ripping up paper sacks and using that as like more texture. Here I sadly ran out. Normally I have a whole stockpile of it, but I haven't really been using paper sacks lately, so I didn't have any, but that would be also a great addition to any of your spreads. Also, in bullet journaling, I feel like you get a sense of what your style is. Like my style, I've realized instead of just these bright, bold colors, I feel like I gravitate more towards like pastels and like beiges and whites. So I also learn a little bit about myself as I bullet journal, which is kind of fun. So let me know like what your aesthetic is, or like what types of styles you like, because I am super interested to learn more about all these different types of styles and trends and stuff like that. I think it's very interesting to learn how people are so different, and that's so unique, you know. Not everyone has to be the same. My style a couple years ago was definitely more bright colors, but now I feel like as I've gotten older, I do enjoy more colors that are, you know, easier on the eyes, I guess. But I just want to reiterate how grateful I am to all of my subscribers and to those who watch my videos. It means so much to me. And to the people who have already subscribed and have left the sweetest comments on my videos, thank you so much. I really am so all about building a positive and uplifting community on this platform where we can encourage others, and I just want this to be a safe place where I can share my thoughts and ideas and encourage all of you. We all have bad days, so my hope is that by watching some of my videos, you'll be encouraged. And not just because I'm some great person, but because I feel like I can be a friend for you if you need one. And I consider you all my friends. And as a side note, I thought this was really interesting, but according to my YouTube analytics, 95% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that if you would like to. Also, click the notification bell so that you can be the first to view any new upload. I post weekly on YouTube, so there's content coming out all the time. I know that I'm currently a pretty small channel, but I really hope to grow so that I can inspire and motivate others to live their best lives. Sometimes we just need a little support from one another to make that happen. And if you wouldn't mind, leave any video suggestions in the comments down below. I may consider them for an upcoming video, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you really soon. Bye!